Today I want to talk about 3 penny stocks that are showing cheap value right now. One of these stocks is up over 200% in just a few days. These are companies in such industries as clean energy, EV charging, solar stocks, and emergency response. I feel that each of these provides the potential to make huge gains, and I will explain why that is with some stock analysis and looking at current news and catalysts. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and show your support for free by giving this video a thumbs up. So let's get into the first stock on the list. If you're new to Ilus International, I've been covering this stock since it was only 5 cents last year because this is one of the best penny stocks out there. Ilus is a multinational M&A investment company focused mainly in emergency service products, emergency response vehicles, vehicle conversions, but it is also involved in the EV industry, the metaverse, smart tech, and UAVs. But with every acquisition the company has made to date, fits with the strategic goals of the company as they look to acquire companies who have strong management and potential to grow rapidly and will benefit hugely from being part of the Ilus group of companies. So why am I talking about Ilus again today? This is an update from Ilus in the past 2 days. The company is in a very strong position due to its current and growing technology portfolio for the emergency response, disaster management, and defense sectors, as well as its key locations and government relationships in Europe and the Middle East. As a result of this and additional new acquisitions which are in negotiation, Ilus is confident that its current rapid growth rate should continue and even accelerate over the coming quarters. I think sometimes we look more at stock fluctuations in the stock price without thinking of the bigger company picture. Let's not forget that the Ilus Group's main function is to manufacture and distribute equipment and vehicles for the emergency response industry, and as such, current heightened tensions present an enormous opportunity for Ilus. As Nick Link has said, Ilus is incredibly well positioned to capitalize on increased defense spending with our products and solutions, our manufacturing facilities, and extensive list of government contracts. Remember that Firebug has several customers in the defense sector as well as international organizations such as the United Nations and UNICEF. The vehicle converters has previously supplied US Army bases in the Middle East and converts a wide range of emergency vehicles, while the partnership with Millennium, who are focused on military UAVs, provides a big opportunity, and also Vera Drones, who are developing defense solutions following requests by governments and military organizations. Now, one of the things that I've mentioned in my videos over the past few weeks has been the location of Ilus' Southeastern Europe manufacturing facility and how this might be affected by the conflict in Ukraine. But the company have confirmed here that this is not impacted because the manufacturing facilities are in a country which does not neighbor Ukraine or Russia. However, it is mentioned here, due to the nature of Ilus' business, the current situation, which has seen several European countries drastically increase their defense budgets, such as Germany, which has committed a further $112 billion in its own defense spending, could really benefit Ilus. And let's not forget that despite Ilus being an OTC penny stock right now, this is a company with its own manufacturing options in Southeastern Europe, the United States, the United Kingdom, and the United Arab Emirates. Ilus has several channels through which it can fulfill large contracts with the capability to successfully pivot to another location if any channel is affected by a disruption such as war or sanctions. I think a lot of people look at Ilus as an OTC stock. They look at the share price fluctuations over the past few months and without any knowledge of the company assume that it's a pump and dump. I have seen these comments so many times across Twitter, but mainly stock twits. Looking at the chart here, we can see the upward trajectory that Ilus is currently on. Now, this is actually the chart that I made from my Ilus video over the weekend. As you can see here, the share price was 14 cents at the time, and I was saying that given the current movement, I predicted to see somewhere between 17 and 20 cents by the end of the week. Now the current price is over 20 cents and it's only Thursday. That is more than a 30% gain in just 4 days. So with the way the stock is going right now, we could easily finish the week somewhere in the low to mid 20s. Guys, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. This costs you nothing, But as you can see, nearly 80% of my viewers are still missing out on these updates because you are not subscribed. Don't miss out on information that could make you money, and remember to hit the like button, that really helps the channel out a lot. Company number 2 is Solar Integrated Roofing Corporation. Sirc is a solar and roofing installation company specializing in commercial and residential properties with a focus on acquiring similar companies with a plan to expand nationally. The company is focused on becoming a nationwide leader in the solar market with the goal of making it cost-effective and energy efficient for consumers. Sirc has been expanding rapidly over the past year and has a number of other companies as part of the Sirc family, and these can be seen on sircfamily.com. SIRC recently released their latest financials where they showed incredible growth and recorded a massive year-over-year revenue increase of over 1000%. And just yesterday, Sirc announced that Ilus Inc., who Sirc supply with solar panels, have secured an additional $22.5 million order for its aqueduct units, bringing the aggregate order indications to $37.5 million. And they have signed a supply agreement with Sirc to supply the solar components. Dave Massey said that we believe that there is so much more to come, representing an incredible opportunity for both our companies. I look forward to supplying Helixa with the new estimated $1 million in solar components for the aggregate future orders. But the big news for Sirc came earlier this week when they announced a strategic shift towards prioritizing its over $50 million EV charging project pipeline and $20 million EV charging project backlog, giving the immense near-term revenue opportunity. Now, Sirc are already in the EV charging space and are planning a corporate name change to Solar EV, with Dave Massey saying that electric vehicle charging is the next massive opportunity in the market. And this calculated alignment of our near-term focus will help to position Sirc as a clear national player in this space. They have signed a letter of intent for the acquisition of 3 complementary LA-based EV charging installers with over 100 million of contracts in their pipeline. The US Energy Information Administration predicts that there will be 7.5 million EVs on American roads by 2025, and just last week, the Biden administration announced plans to allocate $5 billion to states to fund electric vehicle chargers over 5 years as part of the infrastructure package. So it's clear to see that there is actually a huge opportunity here that the company can capitalize on. Looking at the charts, we can see that despite the huge run over the past 2 days and gaining 25%, this is still very low. In mid-January, Sirc hit 65 cents, while the stock has shown very strong support levels at 35 cents over the past year. After all, this is a company whose current market cap is only $160 million, that has over $132 million in assets and shareholder equity of over $70 million. They are predicting very big revenue growth, and I believe that this could be accurate. After all, they have shown the ability to achieve rapid growth while also becoming profitable. In the last earnings report, Sirc boasted $18 million net profit and EPS of 5 cents for the quarter. That is 5 cents in earnings per 39-cent share, which is an incredible return. Finally, I want to take a brief look at another clean energy stock. I have not talked about this stock on the channel before, but just last week this stock hit its lowest point since 2020 and has been on an incredible run since. This stock hit 0.0025 last week and has now gained over 200% and is up to 0.007. I expect that this stock might reach 1 cent within the coming days. TGI Solar Power Group is a diversified technology and environmentally efficient real estate development company. TGI's strategy is to acquire and/or develop innovative, patented technologies, components, processes, designs and methods with commercial value that will give competitive market advantage and generate shareholder value. Now, this company is well and truly a penny stock. TGI Solar Power Group is listed on the OTC with the ticker TSPG and the market cap of this company is only $8.9 million right now. So this is a tiny microcap stock and is very speculative. TGI have been working on developing Advent Smart City in Mexico, and in January last year they announced plans that the project is going to take about 36 months to develop, and total estimated cost is expected to be in excess of $220 million, not including additional capital from affiliates and outsourced services that should bring the total above $1 billion. In September, they broke ground on phase 2 of the development, but so far in 2022, TGI have announced plans to develop Advent Panama and a strategic alliance with the Suriname Business Center to develop the Advent Suriname Smart Intelligent Sustainable City based on SBC land. TGI's current progress in Mexico of building the 700 villas and 120 garden apartments in the jungle while preserving the natural settings and water resources provided the confidence needed for signing of this agreement. And just yesterday, they announced plans to develop an AR/VR Advent Megamall metaverse with the native NFT gallery. This will be a virtual mall in the metaverse, as this is where the Chief Operating Officer of TGI, Samuel Epstein, feels that the future of commerce is heading. Now, this guy is not your usual penny stock executive. He previously worked as senior geologist for Occidental Petroleum and Chevron, and served as senior vice president for over 30 years with Morgan Stanley and Merrill Lynch Bank of America in New York. His education includes business management certificates from Harvard, University of Chicago, and Berkeley. Guys, if you enjoyed this detailed look into recent developments at these companies, then show your support for the channel and hit the like button, but consider subscribing to the channel too, as I do be talking about a lot of stocks that nobody else talks about. What do you think of these companies, and what do you think of my analysis? Do you agree or disagree? And are you invested in any of these stocks? Let me know in the comments below. I try to respond to all comments, and I'll catch you in the next update video.